Hold on. Hey, Google. Google. Hey, Google. How old is Bernice Burgos?
Bernice Burgos is 44 years old.
Woof. Fine, man, it's 44 years old. I ain't gonna lie. But I'm just saying, I gotta make sure I show respect. I'm just saying, you don't see someone that, listen, she 44. She is 20 years past her prime. And that's how good she look, yo. So this woman is in the top percent of like attractive women. In terms of being attractive all around, from presentation, the makeup is right. listen, like, I know this shit like that. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I don't want to hang. Yo, if you can't do your makeup good, I don't want to hang out with you. Keep it a stack with you. I ain't trying to kick it with you. No more shopping sprees. I know you guys kind of know where I'm gonna go with this and whatnot, but I'm like, God damn. She's in the top percent of women with good looking women, and she's been around all these different kind of guys and whatnot. And the pause is kind of painful, because the more you do long-term thinking, the more that you kind of look at, you're more cognizant of trajectory, or where something is headed, or where people are headed. Because like, yo, once you get past a certain age, just kind of certain things, have certain opportunities, they'll always be there, but it won't be the same. There's a time and place for everything. And you got to accept when something is over, especially things that have to do with biology. There's a time and place for everything with biology. If you want to, you try to play sports professionally, you got to start at like 4. Yep. At least before, like, but not seriously, but at least like really like 4 or 5 years old. I think the latest you can start sports is maybe when you're like not 8 or 9, maybe. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the latest. If you want to actually do something with it, because it takes time to develop your game. If you're trying to do something with it, you understand. But everything takes time. But that's the time and the place. Or like I always say, like, I think if I went back to school now, I think I'll probably get all A's and B's, like most of like adult students do. But the best time in your life as far as time management is when you're 17, 18. You have nothing else to do. You just go to school. You know what I'm saying? Work your little job, go to school. You know what I mean? So anywho, so I was saying before, like, young women gotta realize that, like, what life really is. One of the reasons why she's taking a long time is because the last time, this time she's thinking about are times that happened a long time ago. They weren't recent. If it happened more recently, like, she should be able to say, oh yeah, this, or that. But hold on, so we're gonna go ahead and play a little more of this.
Every man in the audience is like taking notes.
I'm trying to think.
She's been happy her whole life.
I mean,
maybe them romance niggas ain't her bag.
What do you consider romantic?
Yo, everyone is giving her time. Like, Joe played that masterfully. One thing I like that Joe does is he establishes like a character, and they all have a bit of a character. That's what you kind of need when it comes to like potting. Like, it has to be a character or type of things you say. And and like that was Joe said, maybe romantic things ain't her bag. And I'm like, yo, that was love right there. And he is saying something that's really important. I mean, we're going to get into this later about everyone don't need to get the same things. And everyone don't deserve the same things. Stop teaching people that. Because that's another reason why when young women see these images online, what they see is that, oh, you got X, Y, and Z by not working that hard. Or you were just being pretty. You know what I'm saying? And you really see a lot of young women go out there like giving it up like that. We're saying, all right, well, shit, like, I'm trying to do it too. You know what I mean? And listen, more power to you. But we don't want to see it. Listen, like, seeing a woman past their prime, and because what usually happens also is that psychologically, women are not really made to just have a child with a man and then not be with him no more. Most of the time, it's hard for her to be used to another man because of breakups. All breakups are traumatic. Whenever you love someone and they're not in your life no more, that's traumatic for at least one of y'all. All right, because it's almost never mutual. It's always at least one person who's pushing the relationship in that direction. They may not necessarily be saying, I want to break up with you. There's always one person pushing the relationship in that direction. I mean, I haven't done it in a long time, but I'm like, damn, like when I was very young, I can remember like making decisions like that where like, you know, and a part of it was attention. It was a stimulation I was getting from, you know, getting that kind of attention that, you know, what's wrong? What's wrong? Everything is, you know, I'm giving you everything you want. What's going on? You know what I mean? And anywho. So I bring it up. I'm like, man, you know, everyone's capable of everything. Every behavior and condition you see is a part of human existence, and they all exist on a spectrum. All right. So one way or the other, we all exhibit all behaviors that you see play out. It's just that for other people, that slider may be all the way up. So it plays out differently in more of an intense way. But when we find a way to kind of maybe relate to what's going on, it helps us, for one, to see when we're doing it in our everyday lives and when someone else is doing it to us. All right, because listen, it's hard to critique people that you care about, and not only that, but vocalize that critique as well. You know what I mean? But anywho, I heard a conversation like a while back. This white lady, she was talking about like, yeah, you know, I was hanging out with a friend, and I don't be having guys over like that because I got too paranoid. I was thinking like, man, like, what if you know, he knocked me out and do something to my daughter? I'm like, what? God, dog. She's like, yeah, you know, I've known him for a long time, and we cool and all that type of stuff. But you know, and listen, she a cool white lady. You know what I mean? She and you know. And I was like, damn, like, it never fails. Women who are divorced, when you hear them tell these stories, a lot of the time, I think in her case, maybe it couldn't really happen. I think, you know, I guess maybe, you know, I think that was a case where I think that, like, he was making it hard for them to be together. Because I heard her tell a story one time about their, like, relationship. I'm like, God, dog, y'all both a mess. She told a really nasty story too. So told that shit in public. Anyway, but once women get past a certain age, yo, it's you know, it's hard, it's really hard for them to actually fully give themselves to a new relationship. Especially the ones that are married. I remember like it's a lady, heard this lady say, I was overhearing a conversation about dating and this and that. It's like mad negative. Oh my fucking God. And then out of nowhere, she says, one lady says, yeah, I've been on like 2 dates and or like 1 date in the last couple of years. And I'm not ishing on you for that. It's just like, damn, like, you know, yo, like you gotta make a decision for yourself. Do you want a man? You know what I'm saying? And, you know, and not only that, but what I also find is that when women are older and they're single and they have a child or a few kids and whatnot, a lot of times they wind up being single because they don't necessarily understand how men operate or who men are. And that feminist mindset, because the thing about the feminist mindset is that what it says is that, yo, you are entitled to have negative feelings towards the people in your life. It's okay to have a negative feeling towards them and to ride it out and not establish whether or not it's justified or they've actually done anything wrong, right? And that's nothing about it. When you appease people too much, what can happen is that they will gain an unnecessary or unnatural or just an unrealistic expectation of how someone should react, and they'll get to where they'll do behaviors that where they're trying to control how other people are reacting to them. You know what I mean? But anyway, let's let Bernice cook, man. So if she want to talk.
If you can't think of what do you
Romance to me.
Yeah, what's your love language?
She's an Aries. So.
Right back.